This is part 49 of A Link Between Worlds, and this part will be finishing off the ice runes and battling the boss, Dharkstare. But just to start off, a little behind-the-scenes information for you all. There's been this bug the last couple of parts that's just been driving us nuts.
Annoying.
And it flew on Red's beer, and Red actually slapped it on his beer. So this once again proves that beer is good for you.
It absolutely is. I had a momentary crisis there where I'm like, do I smack it and risk the beer?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like a man now.
And you didn't even spill any of your beer.
None was
It
spilled.
was beautiful. It was beautiful.
Speaking of beautiful, those juke moves
Yeah,
that
they
you
were
tried
sweet.
to put.
Yeah, it didn't work, but it was, it was fun doing it, to be honest with you.
It really was. I thought you had him. You just need like a little more. And
I think I got confused right there, and then I got rattled, and then I just ran straight into the ice bubble, pretty much.
I mean, that's going to happen sometimes. Ice bubbles are...
Well, dude, sometimes when you have this many hearts, you just get cocky and stuff.
We do. I love, like, we've seen
You're trying to remember what the heck you're doing.
I know that.
You're not paying attention to what's really going on.
I love seeing, like, we've seen a lot of smaller platforms moving. I love when, like, a whole huge floor moved like that. I thought that was
and we'll see that again here in a little while,
couple times.
Now, I love getting even though I destroyed it with the spin attack,
yeah.
I thought it was kind of cool getting that big pin gator right there, like Mama Pin Gator or something like that.
Again,
I hate these things right here, man. Well, I hate two things. I hate these small cracking platforms.
Oh my god.
And then I hate the hard hat beetles right there. Now, one thing I didn't think about, because once again, it had so many hearts I really didn't care.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can kill them with a bow and arrow, but I probably should have tried a different weapon right there. I'm sure another weapon would have worked
Especially
on them.
because you know the sword's just going to bounce you backwards.
Yeah, exactly.
It got him off the platform, though.
I think the fact that, like, it spawns you right there where you fall off, I don't think I was really that worried about, but in hindsight, I probably should have used... I think the arrows would have worked, so...
Well, now that I think about it, I feel like earlier in the game, earlier in this dungeon, rather, you ran into one of those guys on a platform, and you used your fire rod, and it knocked him back.
Well, that's what I was trying to do, but the problem is
that would have melted the ice.
the platforms. Yeah. Now, here's an idea.
Good point.
If you want to be a little bit of a rebel, use your ice rod right there. It will melt the platforms, and also, I'm sure if you hit those things twice, it probably kills them.
I would think so.
So, if you want to go rebel mode, give it a shot. Now, that one right there, I thought I dodged.
Now, if you use the ice rod on the ice platform, will it keep it from melting? Like, entirely? Could you walk
Oh, no, it would still probably melt. We're getting too much into the scientific, like, physics of, like, Zelda games. And we know that physics don't really apply logically to Zelda games.
Although, I thought those, the platforms, the ice platforms that disappear after a second, it was a new twist that we hadn't yet seen in this dungeon. So, it was a new
obstacle. I guess we kind of did get off topic there for a little while.
It's alright, it's alright. We're trying to provide a discussion on how to kill those.
Yeah, exactly.
The beetles, or the hard hats.
Now, this right here, like, this kind of part I've been going through, like, this is what caused me so many problems, like, the first time. Like, I guess I just missed something, like, around the beginning of this part that just took me forever to find out. And then once you kind of get over, like, I like to say to the right side, because a lot of this part seems to take place on the right side. It all kind of just started coming together.
It's so easy to get turned around.
Oh, it really is.
I mean, the first time I played this, it took me forever to get to a few places.
It's just so weird, though, that, like, in Ice Palace, that's the reason we hate it so much.
Yeah.
And for some reason, in this dungeon, that's one of the things that we end up liking about it.
I think it's just the contrast in the difficulty of the game.
Well, and it looks beautiful.
And it does.
It looks gorgeous. And I think you're right. It was such an easy game that, you can see here that we're doing it last. So, it's kind of nice to also be doing it last and get that challenging aspect of it.
Speaking of things that are kind of nice, I liked getting, and I know you mentioned this too, that little bit of wind right there.
I did like that. Kind of flashback to, like, House of Gales. It was. I love when they bring back concepts of a prior dungeon that we might not used or seen in a while in the game.
I thought it would have been cool if they've, like, made you use the tornado rod maybe, but then there's always that chance that maybe you don't have the tornado rod with you.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's probably for the better that they did.
I mean, I did like that. Like, I thought at first you would have to use a tornado rod, but we also got that in Thieves' Hideout. Remember Thieves' Hideout?
That's right, we did.
Yeah, we had that
blah
blah. Whatever. I'm done with that. I'm done with that sentence.
So you'll see that we are trying to kill, like, all the enemies through here.
You go ahead. Continue, Red. Continue.
I actually just kind of had a realization.
The Wizrobe right there.
I actually had a realization. I thought you had to kill all the enemies to make that thing appear. I did not realize that was a torch under there.
Oh, yeah. I was just trying to talk past that stupid fall.
Oh, no. I wasn't going to call you out on that.
I mean, I know it's ice, but I literally just walked right off the platform.
I wasn't going to call you out on that at all. I just had a dumb realization
The one time
myself.
you're not going to call me out, I call myself out, actually, is what happened. So.
I was going to talk right past it, too. So... No, it just
wasn't. We're already to the boss.
Yeah, I guess so. I think we are.
It's one of the longer dungeons in the game.
It is.
It's almost like 20 minutes, but, like, like it still feels like it went so fast. I guess that's what happens when you just like the dungeons that much.
Plus, we got a little off topic. Talked about a few different things.
Yeah, we did.
So the time kind of flew by.
But Dharkstare right here, it wasn't like one of our favorite bosses. Like I think we both actually had him ranked 7th out of 12. But
so right,
he wasn't great, but he wasn't bad.
It wasn't. There were a few things I did actually really like about it. Like when he first appears, and it's just like the black shadows kind of come together to form its body. I really like that effect.
And then the ice when he's circling around.
Right here.
I love the color of him. Like you get that purple and the black, and kind of go along with his name. I just thought, like, you know, in a dungeon that's mostly had like blue and white colors.
Yeah.
To get something that's like black and purple, I thought was really unique.
And some of the attacks that it unleashes on us, like the triangle attacks, they were so hard to dodge. I thought, although you did a pretty good job.
Yeah, I did. Well, every once in a while, like I said, you'll see something good.
But then between that and the snow orbs,
yeah, right there, that
it shoots at us, that are kind of throws you back a little bit to some.
Now I just like some of its sound effects, like cut you off.
It's all right. Go for it.
Sorry about that, but
Run
like he kind of shoots those things at you, and it kind of has like a laser sound. And then when he's moving around, he kind of sounds like like a spaceship in a way.
It does. It's just little things like that really add to a fight.
It does. Man, we're sitting here like kind of brag him up quite a bit.
I know.
Put him in 7th place, so
it just looks kind of generic at the end of the day.
Well,
though.
like I think sometimes when you just have such a great dungeon and like the boss is like just kind of, I think you look down on him more negatively.
Plus, this game had some amazing bosses.
It really did. I mean, it was hard to compete boss-wise in this game.
It was. So, middle of the pack feels about right for Dharkstare.
And I just love that little platform right there, too. Like that little ice platform, very small platform. Like,
coming down.
The danger of always falling off. I think when you're fighting a boss, like, on a little area, it just adds to, like, the nerve-wracking, but also the excitement.
Especially having that hole, like, right in the middle, again, looking down to the lava
at the
bottom.
That's a very good point right there.
So, between you had the border, and you also had the hole in the middle. It was a rough stretch.
Now, one thing I found myself asking while I was preparing for this video, you'll see here in a little while, Rosso kind of talks about the Triforce of Courage and, blah, blah.
Yes, he
does.
Which,
obviously, the last sage had to talk about that. And I was wondering, like depending on what order you did the sages in, if they would say something differently. I don't know. I don't know, but I found it interesting.
I would think so because what Rosso says, he's like, we might as well dig up that Triforce of Courage, and Rosso is a miner. So I wonder if the other ones would have come up with a different
word or something, or like it might change completely based on the order. Just something like, I don't know if anybody's ever looked into it. I just think it'd be kind of cool.
I agree, and I thought it was kind of cool though that Rosso was our sage.
Yes,
in
it kind of makes sense. Yeah,
it does
because he's in the same area in Hyrule, so it is one of those sages that kind of made. We've talked about the sages and complained about it a little bit.
We have.
The sages not making sense like for the dungeons, but Rosso kind of does make a little sense.
He did, and I really like this cinematic.
Love it. I love the music. I think the music is it sounds like music in a movie, really.
It does. It feels like a very climactic moment, which it is.
It is, yeah.
Like getting this Triforce compared to
Ocarina of Time.
Well, Ocarina of Time, but I was going to say some of the crappier experiences we have getting the Triforce. This feels so much more important.
I guess what I was thinking is the Chamber of Sages in Ocarina of Time, and like how he went down there, but we weren't able to like really move around it.
Yeah.
Whereas here, we're able to move around this whole area. I thought it kind of gave us a feeling of something we weren't able to do, in my opinion, in Ocarina of Time.
Plus, just those stairs and platforms.
And the water coming in. The water coming in right there. I love that part.
Just being able to do something in this room that we've seen in several, like I said, we've seen in Ocarina of Time. Now we've seen it in this game. It just adds such a really nice effect.
And just like, I don't know, I think it just all came together really well. Like, the sages, like, coming up, the platforms going up, the steps going up to the very top. I don't know. It just really, for me, is a really cool cinematic. And, I don't know, top 10 in a Zelda game, but just very good.
And the music that goes along with it is pretty perfect as well. But now that we've got the Triforce of Courage, this wraps up part 49 of A Link Between Worlds.